Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here on the show. I'm going to get my news videos in here before college football. Well, it's week 0. The only good games, Florida State and Georgia Tech for week 0, but I'm just still going to recap it. So, and I have 2 baseball games and the Nascar race tonight, so I'm going to get all my news videos here in the same video, just so I can get this out of the way here this morning. So the NFL... We're talking about the NFL here. Is suspending Cardinals wide receiver Zay Jones the first 5 games of the regular season for violating the personal conduct policy. I think this was back from an incident when he was on the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was the Florida State Attorney's Office dropped a misdemeanor domestic battery charge against him in March. When he was on the Jaguars, but the NFL, they ran its own investigation, which is standard, and they returned it with a 5-game suspension. But here's the thing. Everybody's getting these suspensions, but where's the Rashee Rice's suspension? It's kind of funny, you know, how the NFL, just how a hit and run gets swept under the rug. And charges haven't been posted yet, I guess. I think that's why the charges haven't been posted yet. But I'm not defending him. I agree, it's kind of BS. I don't know how you can do a hit and run, and that's not talked about. Doesn't kind of get swept under the rug. He almost killed people. So they already said, I guess, they wait until legal proceedings are concluded, like in this case, before they issue their own suspensions. I guess maybe after he goes to court in December, I guess, but you gotta do something now. It kind of seems excessive if they've dropped a misdemeanor domestic battery charge and the NFL still suspends them 5 games. Pindail face. So, hashtag Colts tight end Jelani Woods. He underwent successful surgery yesterday for a turf toe, and he will miss about 4 months per that Schultz report. So, it's another player that's out for the season. So, rumors. The hashtag 49ers, they knew about Ricky Pearsall's shoulder injury when they drafted him back in this previous draft with the 31st overall pick, but had hoped it wouldn't turn to a problem per Mike Silver. The other component of that is Pearsall, who looked amazing. The 1.5 practices, he was actually healthy since they drafted him, but has a shoulder thing that's now recurring, and worrying over the long haul. Something they knew about before they drafted him and were hoping wouldn't be a thing. And it's all good. They got Jacob Cowing. People will know about him soon. He's going to be a good NFL player. But the injuries are freaking brutal. Great management decision, am I right? The injuries are brutal this year, but if they knew about it, then why didn't you just draft the fastest guy in the draft with Xavier Worthy? Like, if you knew about the injury, you should have drafted him. He may not play much this season, man, if that shoulder keeps bothering him. You probably should have took A.D. Mitchell instead, or Xavier Worthy. And it was reported like he also didn't look amazing in all those practices. Like, he did fine but struggled in other situations. I didn't think this guy was a first-round player. I thought Jacob Cowing was way more of a first-round talented player. He was way more productive in college. So they got him later in the draft, and I thought he could have been more of a first-round pick than Ricky Pearsall. So, Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton says that the negative narrative surrounding Daniel Jones doesn't make it true. He told NY Daily News. It's easy to say negative things once there's a negative narrative around a person. I mean, I guess he's technically right, but... And I know you have to say that about your quarterback. You can't just come out and flat out say, oh yeah, he sucks, he's trash. But... He's not a good quarterback, man. It's not really a negative narrative. He sucks. Like, I hate when these. I mean, I get your teammate, but I hate when just people say, "Oh, it's a negative narrative." How about the quarterback plays better and people won't say he sucks? Freaking players are soft nowadays. You say they suck and they get offended. So, the Pro Football Hall of Fame has announced that they are reducing the wait period for coaches to be inducted from 5 years to just 1 year. So that's some good news for guys like, say, Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll. Yes, I said Pete Carroll because he is a Hall of Famer. Bill Belichick, possibly. Watch him go to the Hall of Fame and take over the Cowboys. I don't know. I don't think Bill Belichick's going to come back to coach, to be honest. I know people are like, oh, Jerry Jones get fired at the end of the season, and they hire Bill Belichick. But does he really want to coach anymore, though? I mean, I don't know if he wants to coach anymore, to be honest. But yeah, that's really my thoughts. So, that's all the NFL I want to talk about. So, we'll do some NASCAR here. So, Daytona. Today on the NBC, well, tonight, I mean. Let's talk about some NASCAR news now. We got through the NFL. So, for NASCAR, I'm going to go over the schedule for today and tomorrow. The pre-race at 7 o'clock, 7:53, green flag for the Cup race. Stage lengths are 35, 60, and 65. 7 sets of tires. Fuel could be 45, 50 laps if they run half throttle, which they probably will. Gonna be in the 80s. 40% chance of rain during the day, 20% chance at night. So it looks pretty good for tonight's weather. That race will happen. And then go to tomorrow. And then today and tomorrow for Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Mile. ARCA practice qualifying today. And then 4 p.m. truck practice and qualifying. And then tomorrow on FS1, ARCA race, the ARCA 150 at 1:09 p.m. and 4:18 trucks at Milwaukee for the playoff opener. 55, 55, 65 your stage lengths in the 80s with a 10% chance of rain. So there's your schedule for today and tomorrow. So Trackhouse made official yesterday. Trackhouse Racing and Zane Smith have mutually agreed to separate at the conclusion of the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season, allowing the 25-year-old former NASCAR Truck Series champion to immediately accept other opportunities. Smith drives number 71 Spire Motorsports Chevrolet in alliance with Trackhouse Racing and will continue for the remainder of this season. So I wonder where he's going to head back to. I mean, Zane's really improved after Nashville. When he finished second, he's genuinely improved. But they're going to bring in SVG this year. It sucks because they're keeping a driver like Daniel Suarez, but I mean, Zane's gonna go. I don't know where he's gonna go, to be honest. But yeah, he commented on his release on a statement on X, well, Twitter. But he's really improved since Nashville, so hopefully he gets a good opportunity. The colleague made it official yesterday. Daniel Dye will join its Xfinity lineup next year full-time. I mean, he has potential, but he is not ready. Should have done their season in trucks. I think he could. I mean, he has like 2 top 10s in St. Martin's Xfinity for colleague this year. It's not that he's running bad. I just don't think he's ready. I feel like another year would have been better in trucks, but he's probably bringing the money, so. So, Daniel Dye will drive the number 10 Xfinity car. He'll join Josh Williams on the full-time roster, and then 1 additional driver that's going to be announced. So, maybe Akis could be that other driver. I'll be shocked if he's not that third driver, because I don't know who the hell else could be. But Colleague might have had one of the worst driver downgrades of a team the past few years I've seen quite some time. Seems like just yesterday was AJ, Justin Haley, and Ross Chastain. How times change. So he'll be Daniel Dye on the 10, Josh Williams on the 11, and the number 16 to be announced. I just hope it's Akis. He deserves an Xfinity ride. They're not using 97 next year. Martin Truex Jr. says the deal is, ain't quote, all but done regarding running the 2025 Daytona 500. He wouldn't elaborate on which team it would be with, only that Joe Gibbs was working on. It's pretty obvious it's going to be 2311. I mean, it's pretty obvious it's going to be 2311. So SVG has added a couple of Cup races to his schedule in the Collie number 16 car. He will be in it for 7 of the final Cup races: Daytona, Darlington, Atlanta, Watkins Glen, Talladega, Las Vegas, and Martinsville. I mean, certainly guarantees him a full-time ride next year. Now we're going over some wrestling news. Via Ring the Bell ads. I think Ronda Rousey reveals that they'd be offering a singles match with Becky Lynch at an Evolution 2 pay-per-view 6 weeks after WrestleMania in 2019 as a way to keep Rousey before she departed for a few years. I mean, yeah, reporters were asking her about it. That's why she's talking about it. But the Evolution, I don't think Evolution 2 is gonna happen. I mean, obviously she's asked questions about it. I get it, but I really don't care about Ronda Rousey at this point. So Evolution 2 was only gonna happen if Ronda didn't leave. I guess. So, Mercedes Monet states the difference between WWE and AEW is night and day. The difference between the two companies night and day. In WWE, you have no idea what you'll be doing week to week. But here in AEW, you have space to be here alone with Tony Khan and with my friend and personal writer, Jennifer Pepperman. There's time to sit down and really plan out the kinds of stories we want to tell. I'm treated with genuine respect, and I really feel seen in a way I sometimes have before, and I love it so much here. I mean, I guess she's only speaking from experiences with Vincent Kennedy McMahon. You know what you're doing in WWE with Triple H. It's a lot different since she walked out. I mean, both companies have the benefits, but she has creative control in AEW. But this quote isn't really applicable, or how you say that word anymore. WWE under the current regime plans in advance, advertises a week ahead of time, and sticks what they're advertising. I guess she hasn't seen. She's speaking from experience with Vince McMahon, not Triple H's regime. So the updated card for Bash of the Berlin next Saturday: Gunther versus Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, Liv Morgan and Dominic versus Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk in a strap match, and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair for the women's tag titles. There's your bathroom break match. If there's any match you have to take a bathroom break during this card, it's going to be for the women's tag title. Next week on SmackDown, Nia Jax and Michin for the women's championship in a street fight in Berlin, Germany. Man, they're really stacking SmackDown and Bash of the Berlin. And LA Knight's going to have a US Open challenge. Like, whoo, sheesh. And also, Carmella Hayes and Andrade in Berlin as well. A fourth match. They might have a fifth match at Bad Blood. It's going to be crazy, man. Matt Cardona states that he wants to finish his career back in WWE. Not as Zack Ryder, but as Matt Cardona. He feels closer than ever to the WWE Championship via Sports Illustrated. Well, he's not going to be Zack Ryder. He's going to be Matt Cardona. I mean, he should. I get it. I mean, I wish he could be Zack Ryder, but it makes sense. He'll be Matt Cardona still. Shawn Michaels names the best in-ring performers today in an interview with GKW Wrestling, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. He knows ball, man. He knows balls. I mean ball. Let's have some NBA in this video. Tim McMahon questions if Lamelo can be a franchise player, calling him empty calories. His efficiency is garbage. His defense is horrific. I don't see a lot of evidence that the guy considers winning to be a priority. After he sees this, it's going to get personal. I mean, he's getting a lot of tattoos and grills, but I mean, I feel like it's a corny narrative. Stat Pain won't get anywhere, and I guess he needs to prove it, but I don't see the point in hating on the man. They just need to get better players around him. Brandon Jennings says Paul Banchero gives him, end quote, Aaron Gordon vibes. If you want to know your team, he'd be like an Aaron Gordon. Can we please stop posting this podcast? Whenever someone says something to Gilbert on the Gilbert Arena show, you know it's about to be done. Thomas, he says Scotty Pippen and Tony Kokock were good enough to win a championship without Michael Jordan. Awesome emoji. Scotty and Tony Kokock were good enough at that time to win 1, maybe 2, but definitely not 6. He'll say anything, just say on Michael Jordan. Come on, man. You're telling me these two players would win 1, 2? This team ain't even win a damn championship. They don't have Michael Jordan, they ain't win no damn championship. Gilbert Arenas on the Gilbert Arenas show. He says Devin Booker and Trae Young are considered scorers more than Steph Curry. This guy sucks. Steph Curry's been a two-time scoring champion, averaging 30 points per game, dude. Come on. Yeah, that's all the NBA want to talk about here, ladies and gentlemen. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Until next time, have a lot. Peace. And I'll see you guys later today for all my recaps.